while we have a role to play in sort of designing for more sort of commercial and communal workspaces, when it comes to homes, people sort of suddenly a year ago, everybody's need to start working from home, and there's kind of no design gone in, but you just have to adapt and look at working. So what's the kind of advices that we tend to get is obviously at home, an individual probably have a bit more control in terms of how they want to expose to daylight or not. And then their work styles. I think most people will probably work with a computer, laptop, secondary or third monitors at home. Is the placement. Is the placement of these screens where you need to look at. If you think you might want windows in front of you, if you're not working, yes, they probably want a cup of tea or read a book like that. But when you actually with the computer, you actually don't want your window to be right behind your screens, because there's a huge contrast when you sort of look at what you're supposed to focus on, look away, and then suddenly you've got sun coming in, blinds. So it is about controls. It is about the blinds controls of the daylight. So that is kind of the first cut of what individuals given space what you can deal with. And then some of my colleagues actually are in spaces that you probably have very small windows or even no windows, or windows just look out to another block wall. There's hardly any daylight coming through. So how can you, while you're sort of chained to your desk 8-9 hours a day, and some people don't really have that sort of flexibility of choice of when to walk outside to get a bit of dose of daylight and vitamin D, is looking at some of the technology light that can help them. I won't say sort of completely regulate, but it's really helping them to have the sense of dynamisms of the kind of bluer light, warmer light through the day. So these are options that people need to think about. That I would always start with: find a space that you've got daylight, but the daylight not becomes a nuisance. And that's very important, because that will hurt the eyes as well.